Okay. As far as I know, everything is good to go. Alright. Just checking to make sure everything is going good. I can close this, I'm pretty sure. Please don't die on me, anything. Alright. Hello everyone. I'm just gonna do a quick audio check once again. Is everything okay? The music sound good? My voice sound good? Everything in tip-top shape? Let's check who we have here. Hello Red Luigi, welcome to the stream. I do apologize, I did have to turn on low latency, well, after all, because the bitrate was gonna suffer, so I was like, it's better to have like, me responding like 5 seconds later to things than, you know, the stream looking crappy. Yeah, everything good. Awesomeness. Okay. Welcome to the my first ever ZATSUDAN. And for those not in the know, ZATSUDANs are basically, talking streams, where I'm not gonna actually play a game or anything like that. I'm just gonna sit here and talk and, I guess, yap. It's a yapping stream. And I have to do for a little bit too, because, basically, I've been a little bit delayed. I basically set the time for today's stream a little later than I usually would, because I knew I was going to be a little bit busy today, because today a lot of my birthday presents that came, that were the ones that were a little bit late. And I'm actually going to show one of them off on stream. I took a picture of it. There's going to be a lot of photos today. That's going to be a big thing with today's stream. Gonna have some photos, gonna have some stuff, and I'm gonna talk about my recent trip to Japan. So I'm excited. Also, I apologize. I'm still having I'm having what I like to call a girl dinner right now. I'm having an energy bar and like a cup of milk tea, because my parents aren't around today to actually, you know, to actually let us have like an actual fucking supper. So I was like, okay, well, it probably makes sense if I just whip something up together myself. And then I realized, oh fuck, my stream starts in 15 minutes. And so I just really quickly put on some tea and brewed that. And then I got myself a Kellogg's Nutri-Grain fucking energy bar. It's fig flavored apparently, so that's cool. It sounds pretty decent. Anyway, it's probably gonna hopefully taste pretty okay. So yeah, also you're gonna have to do a little bit of that, because I don't know, I guess that happens when I lose tracking on the PC version of YouTube Studio. And thankfully my model's running a lot better than it usually does today, and the tracking is a lot better because I'm actually streaming again, like YouTube Studio from the PC. So yeah. Okay, basically. So that's been my day so far, I guess. Just a little bit of, we do a little bit of trolling. And also I'm also gonna try and stall Loki a little bit, because I have I have some stuff being transferred over to my computer from my tablet. A lot of photos that I took on this trip. None of them are going to show my face or anything like that, and if they were going to, I cropped them out, thankfully. So yeah. 1 second, I'm actually going to pop the chat out just so I can see it better. Okay, awesome. Just gonna put that over there. Okay. So yeah, that is basically how my day has gone so far. And something I'm pretty focused on right now is waiting for these stupid damn files to download, because again, I was a little bit delayed before today's stream. I didn't exactly get time to transfer them over, and I didn't really super take into account how long files take to be transferred via Bluetooth, because I hate wires. I have enough wires in my studio already. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah. So basically this entire trip was basically like a bookmark for me in a lot of ways. Obviously for life reasons, because I've never been this far away from like my own country before. I've only ever been outside of Ireland like once. Actually no, twice. When I was a younger, you know, when I was a younger ghost, I went out to France when I was like 9 years old or something. And that was a fun trip. Disney, you know, Euro Disney. I did have like a really terrifying like image taken of me when I was younger with Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse like mascot dude. Just him towering over me and stuff. And I also remember that was actually pretty terrifying as well, because like when you're an autistic kid, you know, mascots and you don't exactly mix well. So you're kind of just scared constantly. And that was a pretty big thing as far as that went. And along with that, Euro Disney is one of those places where it's like, as far as I've been told from people, Euro Disney is probably the worst of the Disneys. Like there's like Tokyo Disneyland, there's like, I'm pretty sure there's one in Hong Kong. I'm not super sure about that. But it sounds right. There's also Disneyland in Florida, obviously. That's the big one that everyone knows, Disneyland Orlando or whatever. I know there might have been, I don't know if it still exists, but I'm pretty sure there was one in California too. And I think that's it. I don't know if there's any other Disneys around the world. I'm kind of surprised that there isn't one like in like, I don't know where it would be, like Southeast Asia or something like that, or like Australia, like somewhere a little bit more southern on the globe, if that makes sense. But yeah, basically after that, I also went to New York when I was like a preteen. That was mainly so I could see Super Nintendo World. Well, not the like theme park, obviously, but like, there was this, there's like this merch place in Rockefeller Plaza in the Nintendo World, and well, not in Nintendo World, in New York. And New York had that, so we were like, okay, well, obviously we had other things we wanted to visit as well. Like, it was around the time that we went, the Freedom Tower was like nearly finished construction, so we wanted to visit that because obviously my dad has ties to that, and he was, well, it's not obvious. I'm not gonna say why, but he does have ties to that. And I was like, oh, we should probably go and see that too. So that was fun. We went there. It was fun to just kind of like look around and I guess be in the place that you see all the time on the news whenever they're discussing, you know, that incident back in 2001 that I'm not sure I could say on YouTube, but yeah, that was very interesting. And New York in general was just like a very bustling place. In fact, it was a few days before Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And that was interesting for a few reasons. It's just the fact that like there was, for one, like over here in Ireland, we do not take Thanksgiving very seriously. We do not give a shit. Like, you always have like turkeys and shit that you might eat. Not turkeys and shit, but you get my point. You have turkey that you get, but you only get that on Christmas. You don't have that on Thanksgiving. You don't really have anything on Thanksgiving. Hang on, I'm gonna have some of my other cigar as I yap away. Mm. I hate how, like, when I chew, it shows up on my model. That sucks. So yeah, that was, like, a part of it that was pretty fun. Just the fact that we were there for only a few days, too. But, like, I can remember just how Timesgiving, Jesus Christ, my head is all over the shop. Just remembering how Times Square looked and just seeing all the kinds of people you bump into there, like the fuckers who would try and shove like pamphlets in your face and shit like that. Yeah, it was rough scenes. That's the only way I can really describe it. That, and also when I was like when I was younger as well, I wasn't like, I'm still not, of course. But I wasn't really great at going outside and stuff, and I wasn't that great at talking to people either. So just going outside and I guess interacting with the world in that kind of a way was really like, oh, also I'm gonna turn on live chat. I totally forgot I left on top chat. What's the daisy? Anyway, I totally was like, it was totally a new world for me as far as a lot of that went, because again, I'm not a city girl by any means. Going around in New York and stuff like that when I was very, very small and stuff like that, obviously I wasn't alone, but like America is such a different place from a lot of the rest of the world. For one, the way the streets are set up, fucking garbage. Like, dude, it was the most dystopian looking streets. They're all just squares. It's like, how many crashes must happen here? Like, every single year. It's ridiculous. Y'all motherfuckers don't have roundabouts. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a good scene. And also just like, when I was walking around and stuff, we would actually see, like, unironically, because I mean this is 2013, we would see people who had like the bells and stuff, and they would be wearing things like "the end is near." We would unironically like see people who were like that, like these super religious zealots, like these fanatics, just out in the open with not a care in the world. And it was certainly something. After that though, we did have what else did we do? We seen the Statue of Liberty, we did a bunch of that stuff. I haven't even started talking about Japan yet. When I was there as well, what else did we see? Central Park, that was another thing. Central Park was like very wild because it was just like a massive fucking forest in the middle of the city, to the point where it was like hard to comprehend it. I just take a sip of tea. So yeah, that was the thing. Also, I don't know if you heard, but I went to Japan as well. Okay, so basically, getting onto the story of when I went to Japan, to see my prince and stuff, and also do other stuff that I had planned to do before I even met her. The morning of it, I was like so prepared. I was, okay, well actually in all honesty, I'm pretty sure I didn't actually like fully pack until like the night before. And we had to be up at like, I mean our plane took off at 2 p.m. In our time, and we wouldn't arrive in like, because our stop off was Qatar, in the Middle East. So, we were going to be in a plane for 7 hours. We would land, and then we would be in another plane for 12 hours. It was advertised to us that the plane ride, like, to Japan would only be, like, 11-ish hours. But it ended up being 12, because, trust me, okay, here's just, like, a little bit of advice for anyone who is going out foreign, or flying out foreign. The silly Billy. Anyone who is flying out foreign, this is some advice. If you are flying out to Japan or somewhere like that, word of warning, if that flight is going to take longer than 10 hours and they're like, oh, it's going to be only like 12 hours, or oh, it's only going to be 13 hours, add 1 extra hour. Because they do not take into account like the slight shit that like turbulence can do. And when you're going on a flight that long, that stuff adds up to a point where it will add on another hour, and it will just be like, oh god. So don't be surprised if it takes that long. If it takes way longer than you thought it would. There was also, while I was flying there as well, we were stopped a little bit by how and no one tells you this before you go flying. No one ever tells you how long you just have to sit in the plane before it actually takes off. And like, you have to watch like 7 million videos beforehand. So, okay, the morning we head off, it takes us like, how bad was the jet lag? I will get to that. The morning of, we get to the airport. It's Dublin Airport. It's not that packed, because we were heading out on like, I believe it was a Saturday morning. So it was surprisingly not that packed. There was not many business dudes coming through. And we all got settled in, we got our boarding passes and everything. And while I was waiting, I got really hungry, because this is like an hour before we were supposed to board the plane. It was like 12 p.m. and I was like, fuck, I'm hungry, because all I ate for dinner that morning was a small croissant. And it was as uncooked as you can imagine. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna head down to like the little airport shop and I'm gonna buy something to eat. And what I got there was a little chicken Caesar salad wrap, and that was like pretty decent. I like snarfed. Okay, so it came in a little pack of 2, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat one now, because I don't know if anyone's ever had a chicken Caesar salad wrap before, but that shit is so heavy on your stomach. So I was immediately full. It was like when you feed I don't know if anyone's put Tonnachi Life here, but like if you feed your me the fucking like a cake or some shit, and they're just instantly full immediately. That's what it felt like. It felt like eating fast food. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good for like at least until we get to Qatar. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this other one in my little rucksack that I'm in my little cabin bag that I'm gonna be bringing to Japan. I'm gonna eat it when I'm in the plane or something, because I really don't like airplane food, which is true, I really don't. But that's not necessarily the airplane food's fault. It's mainly the kind of, you know, point of, I don't know how to word it. When you're up in the air, food doesn't really have a taste when you're that high up in the air. So I had one of those, and then I was like, okay, kept it in there. And then we're just about to board the plane, and just before I do, I'm like, okay, well, I should also probably use the bathroom. So I head into the girls' bathroom, I go in and I do my business, and I accidentally bump into a woman and her child in there. I'm just like, oh shit, sorry. And then I wash my hands. And obviously to do that, I was wearing fishnets at the time on my arms, because that's a thing I do, because I'm an emo bitch. I took them off and I started to wash my hands, and I was like, okay, done. That's all taken care of. And then I headed out, but my dumbass forgot my fishnets. And then I hopped on the plane and realized I wasn't wearing them, and it was too late at that point. We were like minutes away from takeoff, and my fishnets were left forever in the gate, whatever number it was, the girls' bathroom of gate whatever at Dublin Airport. So that was fun. So we're on the plane, and we take off eventually at 2 p.m. It's like pretty on the dot. And we're like, okay, this is happening. So I eventually start playing a few things, and then I suddenly get really bad Wi-Fi withdrawal symptoms after like 2 hours. Because up until then I was just playing Super Mario RPG on my Switch, and I was just playing a bunch of other Switch games. I'm pretty sure I did play Power Wash Simulator at 1.2. So that was fun. It was a little bit of a distraction because, again, I hate flying. I get really anxious when I have to fly. So that was a nice little, distraction. And I did not eat my Caesar salad yet. That will come back later. Do not worry. That's the shotgun on the wall. That's gonna return. But just one second. I need to drink water. Or well, not water, my tea. Okay. So it goes on, and I eventually pay for the Wi-Fi because I'm like, I'm not surviving this long without Wi-Fi. Which, to be fair, I should have been able to survive it. It was literally just 7 hours. Which, in a lot of people's minds, that might sound like a lot, but trust me, when you've been on a fucking, like, 14-hour flight, that is, like, baby numbers. That is baby numbers. So our flight did eventually reach a crescendo, and we landed. There wasn't really anything that super happened. I got to use like the bathroom like once, but other than that, I was just sat on like the aisle row seat, and I was just playing shit. Something though that kind of pissed me off was on the plane, there was this one guy who was like at the back of the plane, and he was just singing. I have no fucking clue what he was singing, but he was just like singing something, and I was like weirdly like scared. I was like, why are you singing, bro, please? And this happened like at a certain time. It would be like every 10 minutes for like 2 hours he would sing, and no one gave him shit about it. Nobody was like, could you like tell him to stop singing, like people are trying to sleep. No one stopped him from singing, and we landed, and thankfully we got separated, but he wasn't coming to Japan with us, thankfully. So that is when I kind of hit a mental brick wall, because I realized, oh, that was a really long flight, and now this next one is going to be even longer. So Qatar was not a happy moment for me or my family. All of us were stressed. Like my dad and my sister wanted to like turn around and go home. They were not having a good time. Hang on a second. Oh shit! My images are done downloading. Awesome. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna quickly save them, and I can put them into a little slideshow on OBS in a little bit. Okay. Let me just get done with this like plane story though first. But yeah, I ended up texting with my prince for a little bit, and for those who are unaware, who are newer to this, Prince is like my girlfriend's pet name that I've given her. So yeah, just so it's clear who I'm talking about. So we land in Qatar. I have no bad words to say about Qatar as a country. It's a really beautiful place. I was just in a really, like, mentally I was not doing hot at the time when we landed there, and I was just like, ugh. Like, I wanted to cry. I was like really stressed out about flying. And my like dad and my sister like really wanted to go home, but I was like, no guys, please do this for me. Like, we really need this. I was like stressed out, but obviously I didn't want to turn back for obvious reasons. So I ended up texting with my girlfriend for a little bit, and I immediately started feeling better, and we were able to hop on that plane, and we started our, let's just say, extensive flight to Japan. You really have no idea how long a 12-hour flight is until you get on it. Like, I'm just sitting here by myself right now going like, oh yeah, I could totally fly back to Japan, like, no bother. Like, that would be incredibly easy for me. It would not be. It would not be that easy. And I know that for a fact myself, because it's just, you cannot prepare yourself mentally for that long of a flight. It was just so taxing. And when me and my family were just there, they tried to sleep. I cannot sleep on planes. That is something people will know about me. Unless I am absolutely exhausted emotionally, I will not sleep on a plane. My brain just moves at a mile a minute. I'll be just going like, oh my god, but this character, this thing, this that. It's rough. It's rough scenes on planes for me. I'm not a flyer, and I never will be a flyer. So I eventually started watching a bunch of stuff on the, like, you know, the little screen that planes have. I watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie for the first time, which, weird, that I only watched it now. But, you know, it was a good time. It was a nice little movie. And I just, yeah. Oh, and I played Angry Birds. I played Angry Birds 2 and Mickey's Date Run or something, because they had that. Angry Birds World Tour, that's what it was. And Mickey's Date Run or something. And they all had, like, the songs from it removed for some reason. Yeah, same. I sometimes just sleep deprive myself to the ability to be able to sleep on planes. Maybe not a good thing. I'd actually don't know. I personally feel that, like, when you are so sleep deprived that you're just like, you could just literally sleep anywhere. That is, like, in my mind, like, an advantage. Sure, like, you couldn't obviously go, like, health-wise, oh, that might not be great. But a lot of the time, if you are that sleep deprived, you have an advantage. You could, like, I could, and that is kind of what I tried to do on the flight back. But yeah, that flight ends, we arrive in Japan, and I meet my prince, and everything is wonderful once again. I actually have a photo of us together, like, a little bit off after I got off the plane, because when we did that, she met my family, and we took the Narita Express to the heart of Tokyo, and where we were staying at the time. And we took a little bit of a picture in front of the Sensoji Temple. It's amazing because my girlfriend actually, like, really, like, did herself up, and she was, like, in a suit and stuff, and she was, like, looking incredible. And I was just there in, like, my River City Girls pajama tee, because I was just, like, wearing the most comfortable clothes that would get me through a metal detector. And also that would help me, like, sleep should I need it. I could not sleep. I think I tried to sleep on the way there because it was pretty late at the time, but it was just not happening. And yeah, when I got back to the hotel, we all were able to sleep. The beds in Japan are really comfy. I don't know if that's stated enough, but the ones in hotel rooms are just really nice. We all just got there, we showered, we just did everything, and we were like, okay, done. And I also went on a little walk with my prince as well, and that was very nice. And I actually got accustomed while I was there to the area pretty well. which was pretty cool. I seen the sights, as it were, and we were actually in walking distance of a good bunch of landmarks. Like, we were in pretty much the heart of the city. Everything we kind of wanted to see at the time, we got to see. Obviously, there is a lot of stuff I wanted to experience more of, but I mean, my goal is to live in Japan one day, so, you know, time enough. On the first day, what the, God created man, no. We woke up and we actually got, like, breakfast, and the breakfast we got was actually super, super, hang on, let me see if I can, I'm gonna add an image source to show you guys what exactly I got, because I'm pretty sure the image should be here. Open up downloads, please. I don't want to bring up any of my thumbnails. Oh yes, wait, no, that was in the first day. Oh, I'll show, okay, hang on. Okay, so you'll have to forgive me because these photos are kind of crappy quality, but this is like a picture. It's a little bit blurry, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But this was a photo. Oh shit! Hang on, I dragged it. This is a photo I took at Sensoji Temple. I mean, I was walking at the time, and I was also walking with boots on. So you can imagine that my stature was a little bit bouncy. I was just kind of stomping all around. And this was one of the places. This is the entrance to Sensoji Temple. It was super, super cool. They have the big lantern there that you can like walk under, and like, I mean, being as tall as I am in real life, I kind of have to duck a little when I walk underneath it. Especially considering I was wearing a hood at the time too. Well, on the second day I was wearing a hood. On the first day I was just wearing my fucking pajama shirt. So that was pretty cool. Let me actually get up another photo that I had from that day. Oh yeah, there was this one too. This was like the shopping district. I'm also sorry, it's like I was walking one thing and I didn't want to like make people notice that I was taking photos. So I was being cautious. And just being able to just walk down a place and see like, I mean, all the shops were closed, sure, but every single one of those shop shutters had like some amazing like little bit of a painting on it, and it kind of all looked like, when you put it together, it all looked like a story. It was super, super cool. And like, I mean, this was the first time when I was there that I felt like I was truly in Japan. Like I was just holding my girlfriend's hand, walking down this kind of like shopping district, and I felt like genuinely so like alive. Not only as just like a massive fucking weeb, but also just as a human being. Like, I was enjoying the time of my life, I guess you could say. Let me actually bring up another photo. Let's see. I believe this is from the same night because it's also in crappy quality. But if you look in the distance there's actually a massive kind of temple again. If you can kind of notice. Okay, I can't exactly point down to it, but you get the point. It's in the distance there. It's like a little, it's like a giant kind of castle. That was there at the temple too, and that was pretty cool. There was a lot of places, obviously, that we were like, okay, maybe let's leave this until we come back, but yeah. Let me actually show off what it looked like inside, though, because, let me get it up. Oh, actually, this is a better photo. Again, it's blurry, but whatever. This is what it looked like from a little bit further away. But still, it was super, super tall, and I was just like, oh my god, it was all lit up and shit. I was so happy. as like a weeb, this like hit home so close, but also just as someone who really, really like loves the whole like architecture of Japan and stuff like that. Like it was super, super cool. Let me get up another photo of what it actually looks like inside it. Where do I have it? No, did I send it over? Yes, okay. I wish to go to Japan one day too, but that will probably not happen in the near future. Hopefully, like in some years though. There are definitely places I want to visit. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for as far as I'm concerned, like it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Obviously, I'm trying to make it not that. But absolutely, like it is when you go, like your perspective on things will definitely change a bunch. It's like Jerusalem syndrome, but like good. It's like your entire worldview changes in like a really good way, and you're like, oh my god. And also you need to get souvenirs because like the shit people be selling there is like super cool. And also it's not like you're getting a bunch of it from like big ass department stores, whatever. Like a lot of it, like on a shopping district that was outside Sensoji, a lot of it is just stuff that people are selling that is like very cool and cultural. So yeah, there was this was like interesting because I took this photo and like I'm pretty sure there was like a policy like further in that was like, oh, there is no flash photography allowed here. So yeah, that was something. Also, when we were like outside of it too, there was like, I mean, for one, it was super rainy that day. Like, you have no fucking clue. We had to hide under so many, I mean, for one, we were carrying like a fucking umbrella everywhere. And also, well that, and we were also hanging under overhangs of roofs and stuff like that. It was a little rough, but we made it work. And also there was like the smoke that was rising from this cauldron right outside the temple that if you breathed it in, it would grant you good luck. And I was like, okay, well, for this trip, I would like to do that. I would like to have good luck for this trip. So I was like the one fucking Bakagaijin that was there just sniffing in that fucking smoke like it was nobody's business. I probably absorbed like all the luck in the world at that day. And also, oh yeah, that day also we got our fortunes read. That was another thing that you could do outside Sensoji. And me and my girlfriend both got this really bad fortune where it was like, the sun will be blot out in the sky. And we were like, okay, well, let's stick this fortune to the stand like right outside the temple, and then we can banish this energy from our lives. And we were like, okay, because that is the rule. If you guys ever get a bad fortune when it comes to like anything related to fortune telling or anything like that, stick it to the temple gates, and that will help vanquish your it will help vanquish your bad fortune, at least somewhat. So that was fun. Let me get up another photo because I'm pretty sure I've talked mostly all I can say about Sensoji. Oh, that's right, there was a garden outside. Hang on, let me show that off because I did take a picture of that too. So as you can see, there's some koi fish here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. These fish, I don't think it's very noticeable from the picture, but they were fucking huge. Like they were massive ass fish that were just like swimming their tails around and shit. Apparently these ones were actually bought and imported into the garden outside Sensoji, and just seeing them just kind of flap around and stuff, it was like, I mean, for one, when you live in Ireland, you don't actually get to see that many fish, like especially freshwater ones, because we don't have the best record for keeping fish. Let's just say that. Especially when the rivers are so shallow here in Ireland, I have like one river that's pretty close to me, and genuinely you could like stomp in it and it wouldn't reach your ankle. I don't know. I don't know if we can even call that like a fucking river, or we could just call it a glorified puddle. So yeah, the fish were cool. What else is there to say about Sensoji? Oh, that's right. Sensoji is actually where me and my prince actually had our first kiss. So that was magical. So it's, for the rest of my life, it's always gonna remain somewhere special for us. I feel like I'm like that aunt that everyone has that's like showing you her vacation pictures and being really corny about it and stuff. And everyone's just like, oh god, wrap it up, grandma. Oh man. Anyway, let me pull up some other stuff. Okay, so there was another place. We actually went to Akihabara. I should have actually made those into gifts beforehand. God damn it. Okay, well, here is a little bit of a view from pretty close to our hotel. As you can see in the, it's pointing right up at me. Is the sky tree, the Tokyo sky tree. We went there a few times, well, 2 to be exact, but it was pretty cool. Let me actually show you some photos of that, because when we were in the Tokyo sky tree, we actually went around the time there was a Genshin event. Let me see if I can bring up that video I took from it. I really hope that it doesn't capture anyone I know in it. You'll see video source. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's something else. Hang on, I'll just leave that over there. We will discuss that in a sec. Where's the Genshin event? There it is. Okay. So, at the Sky Tree, we actually seen a bunch of Genshin stuff. So this is pretty cool. This is just a whole ass walkway at the time when we were there of just a bunch of Genshin characters just being advertised. I guess they were having some kind of event there. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's super cool to show these people on screen, but yeah. That was something that we seen there. That was a nice little thing. And also there was, as you can see here, I actually, when we were in a department store, I found a HoloLive display showing a bunch of the HoloLive VTubers. So yeah, also you might have seen there, that's yeah. So those were the 2 videos that I can show you that don't have any faces in them. I think anyway, but yeah. Let me show you some other photos from Skytree, because it was pretty cool. Oh yes, there was the glass, trigger warning for acrophobes, but this was the glass, the glass floor at Skytree. It is actually, like, thousands of feet down. Obviously it's reinforced glass, like, they wouldn't put us on glass that wasn't super reinforced or something like that. But it was pretty fucking insane. especially as someone who, I mean, I did conquer my acrophobia like years ago, but still, like, I was pretty scared when I was like doing this. Like just walking over it, I was just like, I hope I don't fall. Even though if you were to fall, there would be like another layer of like reinforced glass underneath, but still I was like, so yeah, that was actually on our last day there. That was the day we were supposed to fly out. But let me show you also. There was like some. Were there any Hololive merch stores or just general like merch stores of different things? That is actually when we were in Akihabara, there was a lot of Hololive stuff, like on a massive scale. There was so many VTuber stuff. It was kind of crazy just how much like VTuber stuff I seen. It was very encouraging because like this is just when I was starting to plan out my debut and stuff like that. I was just like, oh my god, there's like a lot of stuff here, especially surprisingly enough, even from EN, I seen a lot of Hololive EN stuff there. I seen a massive like figurine of Callie that I could have bought technically. But I mean, I don't super have a lot of space for figurines. I guess on my display case, but at the same time, I also had to buy other stuff when I was in the department store. And they were just like out in the open too. Like I didn't even have to look that hard to find like, I didn't have to go to like Akihabara or something to find them. There was other VTuber companies too. I know where I'm going now, yeah. You don't have to look that hard as well for them. Like Akihabara, of course, is gonna have like a lot of VTuber stuff, like pretty much everywhere. But I mean, the like pretty big department stores that are kind of like dotted all over Tokyo called Don Quixote, those ones, like, I'll actually show a picture of them because I have a picture of a Don Quixote that I visited. Let me see, where is it? Excuse me, oh god. I don't like sneezing as a VTuber. Anyway, let me clip that. There is, this is what those Don Quixotes look like. They are these, stores with this cute little penguin. His name is Don Peng. Wait, hang on. I'm pretty sure, is she a girl? I don't know, but there's a little Don Quixote, yeah. Literally spelled the exact same way too, just like the character. But in here you can pretty much find anything, and I do mean anything. Like I got literally, in like the same breath, I got like a bunch of, I got like a hairbrush for my mom, a suitcase, and like I also seen like certain costumes that were available for sale. So just know that if you need absolutely anything, and I do mean absolutely anything, Don Quixote has you covered. Yakuza reference. Is this in Yakuza? I don't know anything about the Yakuza series. I don't know if it's in the series or not. I'm gonna have another bite of my energy bar, 1 second. So yeah, Stan Don Quixote. We love Don Quixote over in this house. But yeah, lots of VTuber stuff was just on sale there. In fact, there was like this big ass section. Yes, it's in series. And also, did you visit the Kabukicho precinct? I did not. I don't know what that is, to be honest, but I can always visit it when I revisit. I plan to revisit in September. I hope to have earned enough money by then, in order to, like, you know, stay there for a month, in my girlfriend's house, which, you know, we'll also be doing a stream from there, so that'll be fun. I will still be streaming over in Japan, by the way, of course. My times will just slightly change a little bit, but nothing too crazy. It's another Yakuza reference, okay. Loki, I gotta play Yakuza. It seems like a series I'd like. I still have some energy bar left. Yeah. Maybe I'll play it on stream someday. Yakuza's taken over my life. Well, actually, it's called Like a Dragon now. Yeah. I also know, what the fuck's his name? Oh, he's a YouTube guy and he's a voice actor in it. It's something beginning with Y. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, Mr. Voice Actor Man, but I cannot remember your name. But that is cool. I did not know it was in Yakuza. But yeah, anything VTuber you want, Don Quixote got you covered, apparently. And here actually is the inside of one. Oh god, this picture's actually a lot smaller. I'm not exactly sure what they're selling here, but also ignore Mr. Man over in the corner. I'm gonna do that for your privacy. Sorry, dude. Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff on offer that they have in Don Quixote, and they literally, I think if you lived inside a Don Quixote for like 10 years, you'd be perfectly fine. Because they literally have all the supplies you need. Which, oh my god, Mr. Beef should do that as a challenge. What's my Mr. Beef? I stayed inside a Don Quixote for... That's not fucking Mr. Beast at all, but you get my point. I stayed inside a Don Quixote for 3 whole days, and now my poop is pink. Anyway, Akihabara was cool. I've seen a Honkai Star Rail advertisement on the side of a building, because this is a little bit before Sparkle, the Sparkle banner was running. So I just saw this and I was like, oh my god, and like me and my prince were like out walking at the time because we were on our date day. This is our date day. We were walking through Akihabara and I was like, hang on, I need to get a photo. I need to get a photo of Sparkle on the side of the building. So I took a photo, and also when I was in there, when I was actually in, now you're gonna see a little bit of my flesh tuber here for a sec. Thankfully cropped mostly out, but still. When I was in actually one of the big anime stores there, I've seen a cutout of Stell, the main character of Honkai Star Rail, and I was like, hold up, can you take a picture? I was like to my prince, I was like, Prince, please take a picture of me beside the Honkai Star Rail protagonist. And she was like, okay. And you know, my woman child ass got my photo with Stell for Honkai Star Rail. So yeah, I was very happy about that. And also, yeah, you can see my hair isn't black. Oh my god. I'm acting like that's kind of like a big surprise, but I've never been shy about my fucking appearance in real life, but still. I feel like the people who don't know me will be surprised by that. Or maybe not, I don't know. And also my rabbit hoodie you can see there. What else was there? Immersion ruined. Yeah. I have ruined the immersion. I have ruined the immersion that I'm actually a black-haired, bat-eared woman. This actually was the inside of a Harajuku store that was like pretty cool. It had a lot of gothic clothing and I was like, oh, this place looks cool. It's kind of a shame that Harajuku isn't doing so well like these days. It kind of is a little bit run down, but it was cool. I liked being there and just walking around getting some takoyaki. I don't know, Harajuku and me speak to each other. We're like green eggs and ham. We're like PB and J. We're like Twitter and unnecessary monetization. We just work into each other and and we just both benefit from it. So yeah, I unfortunately like was pretty low on like travel funds at this point, so I literally couldn't get anything, but I will return. And when I do return, everything in that shop will be mine. Let me also pull up another thing. Oh yes. Oh god, this picture's big. This was the Shibuya, the famous Shibuya 109 building. Not only was I in Akihabara, not only was I in Asakusa, I was also in Shibuya. I feel like a lot of us Westerners will know Shibuya as the place where Persona 5 happens. So yeah, this is where I actually didn't go into 109 because we were in Shibuya for another reason. We were there to actually see the Nintendo World and actually ended up getting a bunch of stuff. But seeing the big legendary building itself there, any No More Heroes. The World Ends With You fans will recognize this, this building because it's very prominent there. So yeah. Well, The World Ends With You too, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I didn't play a lot of The World Ends With You. It kind of loses me around halfway, but yeah. What else do I have here to show? Oh, that's right. Let me show. This is when we went to Nintendo World, actually. Well, this is the Nintendo World. This is the Pokemon Center that wasn't in... It wasn't in the Nintendo World. It was the Pokemon Center outside of that. It was the one in the Skytree, actually. And as you can see, there's a giant statue of a Rayquaza breaking through the ceiling. I actually didn't know that there was like cracks in the ceiling until just there now. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. As you can see, there's a little Pikachu riding him. I actually wanted to get like a picture of myself having my head being bitten or something like that, but I realized that is the most like fucking mom coded photo ever, so I was like, never mind. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did get a photo with, I think it was Mewtwo, because there was a Mewtwo statue too, but I'm pretty sure that's just my, I'm pretty sure just my prince took a photo of that, but yeah. I actually need to get it from her. Let me go over to another photo that I took. I'm kind of running out of photos at this point, but also in Skytree there was a... Okay, so for the record, please ignore the fucking the Mickey Mouse situation happening here. He's just being Donald's proctologist for a little bit. It's totally cool. There was a Disney store actually in Skytree. It was pretty cool. We ended up getting a lot of gifts for people there. I'm not a big Disney person myself, if I'm being super honest, but I ended up getting something for, we ended up, well, me and my family did anyway. We got something for our mom because my mom didn't like come on this trip with us because she doesn't like trains, and there's a lot of trains in Japan. I don't know if anyone knows that, but they're very common. So yeah, that was cute. Just getting, and also they were showing a bunch of Mickey Mouse, as you can see. They were showing a bunch of Mickey Mouse episodes on TV that a bunch of kids were gathering around to watch. So, and also me for a little bit while I was waiting on people. But also this is like towards the end of the trip, and I was like getting a little emotional because I was like, I'm gonna miss my girlfriend. I'm gonna miss my prince for a little bit. I know I'm coming back, but like still. I was starting to get a little bit distant, if that makes sense. Oh my god, do I have any photos left? Oh yes, I have 2 food images. This is actually my breakfast on my final day there. And yes, you can Google this all you want. This is a chocolate pancake with some strawberry and blackcurrant little garnishes on the side, and that is a little scoop of ice cream there too. Cafe Co, I think, was where we got this, but oh my god, it was so delicious. You guys have no fucking clue how tasty this shit was. I was snarfing this shit down. I was hungry like the wolf. You have no clue. I was just like so hungry. So yeah, please Google the chocolate pancake as much as you desire. Oh, and also, me and my prince actually went out to a French restaurant. She treated me to that. Which, like, also, by the way, Prince, if you're watching, thank you very much for that. I love you. This was a nice little vegetable dish I got because over in Ireland we do not actually eat as much as, or at least I don't, not in my house anyway, we don't eat as much as people in the East do, or even in the West, because like I know people get like lunch and then dinner. We kind of just have like a dinner. We don't have lunch or anything like that, so we'll just have like breakfast, dinner, and then like tea or something. But as a result, we snack, and that's like not as good. Which is why the snack business in Ireland booms. Which, not great. Regardless though, dietary complaints about my country aside, this little vegetable dish, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but my prince was telling me some very important information at the time. And this date and stuff was very, very immersive and stuff, and yeah. It was a nice little dish, a nice little vegetable dish. I love my vegetables. I feel like most people are just like, they want to be cool. They're always like, I don't like vegetables. Vegetables are not my thing. And I'm like over here like, well, you just haven't found ones you like yet. That's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, those were the 2 food pictures I took. I have another one, but I couldn't find it, of melon juice. Because that's apparently a thing. It was like the most delicious juice ever, and they don't have it over here in the West, so it's like, why would I stay here? Yeah, but that is another thing I'm really excited about going back to Japan for, is tasting that delicious melon juice again. Oh god, just the fact that it was green, and green is like a weirdly appetizing color to me. Oh my god, I was in heaven whenever I was drinking that shit. I was like, I was in a fast food place just before we left, and I got like some melon soda, which was like a seasonal thing. It wasn't gonna be back, and I was like, please, if we're gonna leave soon, I need that melon soda. And I thankfully picked some of it up for myself, and yay. I'm so pissed though. I should have bought back some, but also Qatar Airways wouldn't let like drinks through. Yeah, so that's the food there. Of course I do have more photos to show, but well, not to show, but I did take more photos, but a lot of them have faces in them. And you know, I don't want to ruin you guys' immersion any more than I already have. As you all know, guys, I am not a random Irish woman. I am a ghost of nightmares from Connacht, resurrected to be the harbinger of your nightmares. I'm nothing but. We do not need to kill that immersion. Let me actually show you guys some of my souvenirs. So, this photo I literally took like 20 minutes before the stream. It's literally right behind me. This is like behind me, my streaming setup. This is a mask I bought in the Sensoji shopping district. I don't know why I was blanking on that word. Ignore that. So yeah, it's a kitsune no mask. And they are used in no theater. I'm not sure if this one ever was. This one is actually made of paper. I want to get wooden one, but the wooden ones are like 100,000 yen or something. So I was like, okay, that would like sink my budget immediately. So I was like, you know what? I'll get one of these aesthetic like paper ones that are like handcrafted. And I'm very proud I did, because I really, 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 really love this little mask here. Maybe one day for a stream I'll wear it or something like that. I don't know. If I ever face reveal, I'll probably like prank you guys first. I'll probably go like, I'm totally a fox in real life or some fucking garbage like that. As for my other souvenirs, I have a bunch of them. Well, not just souvenirs. Here is actually my little fortune table that is behind me. As you can see, there's a lot of plushies on display because, again, I'm a plushie adult. But if you look back here, as you can see, that is a little paper fan that I bought. I bought it on the same day I bought the mask. It's gonna come in super handy when we get to tofu. Yeah. Don't ask me how much fucking flandre costed, please. We don't need to get into that. We're gonna ignore the fact that was like the most expensive plush I've ever bought in my entire fucking life. But yeah. And actually, you can see it under Big Man, because Big Man was a plush I also bought in Japan, in Nintendo World. That little box underneath him. Okay, you can see me again. That actually, that's where I bought my Kokeshi doll. I didn't take pictures. I'm sorry. I'll show you guys my Kokeshi doll in the future. But I bought a Kokeshi doll there. In the same Sensoji district. All of them are clearly handcrafted, and I think that's super, super awesome and authentic. And I don't know, they feel right in my room. They just feel right. And I mean, I love dolls. I love Kokeshi dolls so much. I want to have a collection. I want to make a collection of Kokeshi dolls. I've decided. I'm doing it. Next time I visit, I'll get the green one from the same shop by the nice old man. And this time, my Japanese is going to be better. So I'm going to be able to actually talk to him and go like, sumimasen, give me the Kokeshi doll, onegaishimasu. I am still Nihongo Josie, do not worry, guys. Just got another energy bar bite. And as you can see, also, I got the Noah and Mio amiibos as well. I have them displayed there because Xenoblade 3 is peak. And, did you go to any maid cafes? Okay, I have a story about this. So I actually did suggest the idea to my prince. I thought it would have been funny. I was like, listen, I want to go for the true Akihabara experience because I am a ghost of Akiverse. Wink, wink. So I was like, okay, we should probably, I want to do this. I want to do that so bad. And then she was like, I mean, we were texting at the time, but it felt like she grabbed my shoulders. And she was like, I'm not taking your socially anxious ass to a maid cafe. You will die of cringe. And I was like, they can't be that bad, right? And then she started telling me about them, about how maid cafes operate and stuff like that. And I was like, And also, it was bad. It was bad because when I was like, when we were actually walking around Akihabara, there was so many maids in the streets, like handing out flyers, going like, "Oh, please come to our maid cafe. Please come and watch us," or whatever the fuck people do in maid cafes. So I was kind of put off by the fact that like it was like a fucking Pokemon like route or something. Like every few places, like there would be just another maid there. I was unaware that there could even be enough maid cafes that fit inside Akihabara. Like it was crazy. Like how many fucking maid cafes are people running out of their homes or something? Like Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying, but yeah, no, just the fact that the maid cafes are like, they kind of rely on you to like speak Japanese a little bit, and I would just be like, and like all these clumsy maids are spilling shit. No. And also, I mean, for more serious reasons, that my prince told me about them was like, they have like sometimes very loud music that can play, very loud flashing lights, and I, of course, being on the autism spectrum, I'm very susceptible to, you know, like sensory overload and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, maybe it's okay if we give that a miss, because I'm not trying to get sensory overload in a fucking maid cafe. That would be like that would be like rock bottom for me. I thought I hit rock bottom like when I fucking played Neptunia when I was 16. Nah, rock bottom for me would be having a fucking like would be having like a sensory overload fueled panic attack in a fucking maid cafe. I'm totally cool. So yeah, that's my story of that. And I don't think I'll ever probably go to one. We did, however, it wasn't operating at the time, but somewhere we went in Harajuku that was pretty cool was, I think it was like some sort of idol bar or something like that. And I swear to you, when we went in there, there was not a single dude in sight. I think that's because like the idol cafe or whatever, the idol bar that it was supposed to be, like, well, me and my prince actually, we went there on our date and we had some takoyaki for lunch, and that takoyaki was fucking delicious. Even though apparently it wasn't very good takoyaki according to her, I was like, I love this. I love this so much. And yeah, we had that, and there was a lot of pictures of like these very dolled up looking men on the walls and stuff like that. So yeah, it was clearly like, it was clearly a situation, and we kind of knew what was up. I'm like, okay, but you know, we were sapphics just chilling there and like a group of like women who were probably waiting for like some handsome twink to come out and sing to them. So yeah, we're like, let's bounce. So I guess if you want to call that a maid cafe, which I don't think it was, then sure. But yeah, we certainly weren't served by idols. We were served by who the fuck ever. Whoever the fuck was making the takoyaki in the kitchen. What else? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, you can see like my crystals and stuff in the photo too. Alongside my Bible. So yeah. And my crystal ball too. Because yes, my prince gifted me that too. She's truly amazing. Oh man. I'm like getting kind of emotional recalling this because it was just such a nice trip, and I just want to go back so bad, and I just want to see her again. Okay. Do I have any more photos? I actually don't. I actually ran through them all. Oh my god. Well, okay, I have one. I took this photo just before we landed back in Ireland. Just so I have proof. And now I'm going to broadcast this proof on YouTube for everyone to see. I won in fucking Battleship on the stupid fucking seat screen thing. I won in Battleship. I've never played Battleships before. So yeah. Just putting that out there just so everyone knows how amazing and cool I am. Yeah, I won a Battleship on a Qatar Airways plane. Mm-hmm. I was trying to like get millionaire in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing, because I wanted to like kind of set up a precedent for anyone who would like sit in the same seat after me, and they'd be like, holy fuck, whoever was sitting here before me, they got millionaire. Like, I wanted them to kind of have like that reaction, because you know, any reaction is good when you're flying, like as long as you have some emotional stimuli, you know, it's good. But yeah, that was that. Oh, and there's one last photo to show, because I was talking about this earlier, but I actually took this photo again not too long before the stream. As I said, I received a bunch of my birthday presents today, and I actually got this Farina plushie, Farina from Genshin Impact. I got a little plushie of her. I actually, this entire stream I've had her just sitting on my lap, just chilling here. So yeah, she's adorable, and I love her. She's super, super soft, and yeah, she wasn't that expensive either. So yeah, as you can tell, plushie adults right here. But that is it for all my photos. Holy crap. So yeah, the trip was so fun. Like, obviously my dad and my sister, they went to the Imperial Palace. I don't have any photos of them going there because they were in all of them. But the Imperial Palace was super awesome looking from what I seen in their photos. Unfortunately, it was raining a bunch though, so like, and it was the same day me and my prince went on our little date. And when we came back, it was like pretty late, and we seen them just kind of sitting there. And my sister was asleep, and my dad was just like clearly fresh out of the shower, and he was like, it was rough. It was rough out there. It's like, oh my god, you poor things. And then me and my prince actually ended up going out again. And we got like some taiyaki, which for those of you who for those of you who don't know, that's like a little pastry filled with like warm hot custard. That was super tasty. Oh my god, like I wasn't aware of how tasty that would be, but it was really good. And oh, and also I'm not sure if it was the same time, but we also had sushi, crab tempura sushi. As I said in my debut, one of my new favorite foods. It was so delicious. I would have ordered like 13 plates of crab tempura sushi if I could. And I plan to when I return. I plan to eat so much crab tempura sushi. I'm gonna burst of crab tempura. I'm gonna have so much of it. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to go back. It's calling for me. The land of the rising sun calls for me. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed. Yes, to answer your earlier question about jet lag. Jet lag was pretty bad. It's basically how they say it is, for how many hours you go back, that's how many days it'll take for you to return to normal life. So we went back 9 hours in time, because obviously that's the time difference between Ireland and Japan. So it took 9 days for me and my family to return. I spent the first 2 days when I got back mostly sleeping. I'm not even gonna lie. Because, okay, sure, on the 13-hour flight back, because the flight back was worse because we were flying against wind. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I fucking slept for like I'm pretty sure like 2 hours, and the rest of the like 12 hours I was just awake, like fully conscious. I had access to the internet thankfully, but it was pretty bad. So like I would watch some YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure like I watched a bunch of Game Grumps compilations on the way there, on the way back, like, but I was in a rough state. I was so emotional because I just had to say goodbye to my prince, and that kiss we had in Narita airport in front of thousands of people. Yeah. I was like, my heart was so heavy, and I missed her so much. I was like, please. And I was just emotional, but I was emotionally exhausted, which means I got to sleep. I got to sleep for 2 hours, and I woke up feeling a lot better. And then when we landed back in Qatar, I was like, okay, we're on the way home. It's whatever. And then on the plane ride back, I actually talked to my prince again for a little bit, like through texting. And then I got home and I slept, and I started slowly feeling better. So yeah, I thought I recovered for a little bit as far as jet lag went, but I did not. I did not. It took me around 2 weeks for me to actually recover and not like sleep from 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. in the morning. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. I woke up before like my prince got back from work, which is a very weird thing for our schedule. But yeah. The jet lag was bad. When we headed there though, it wasn't actually that bad because we immediately kind of adjusted our sleep schedules. That's how people always say it is though. It's always easier when you go forward in time than it is coming back in time, because your body doesn't have to like accept as much bullshit. But yeah, that is my story of going to Japan. So I'm just so excited to return, and I cannot wait to just see Tokyo again, because I feel like I left a piece of my heart in Tokyo, and I feel like that city, even though I was only there for like 5 days, left a lasting impression on me, and I cannot wait to continue going there. And I want to revisit all those places, and the fact that that is in my future, that I'm going to revisit all those places, like going back to Sensoji, going back to the Sushida, and having more crab tempura. Yeah, it makes me pretty happy. The fact that it's something I can see myself doing, hopefully again this year. Well, not hopefully again, it will happen again this year. And I'm gonna tell all you motherfuckers about it. So yeah, that is what I want to talk about. So yeah, I kind of want to call this stream, I think, because I'm needed in a bit, as I usually am. And I know the stream is a little bit shorter than other ones, but I trust you. I have bigger things coming down the pipeline. I actually have a surprise stream set up that I'm going to be going ahead with pretty soon. I'm excited to see how people will react to it, but also I actually, and this is something that only those privy to this stream are going to know. I'm going to keep this a secret. Only people who watch the stream are going to know this. I'm actually working on a collab right now with somebody. I'm actually preparing, I'm waiting for them to send me on a PNG that I can use for their Fugi, and we're gonna do some stuff together, and that's gonna be fun. Due to their time zone, it will probably be a little bit later than normal, but or earlier, I don't know, but it will happen. And yeah, I definitely do want to do more collabs and stuff. I do have people I could collab with, but you know, I'm socially anxious as fuck. Woohoo, first collab. In exactly, I'm excited. I'm just very socially anxious, and I'm like I have people who are really good friends of mine that I want to reach out to do a collab with me, but you know, I'm socially anxious. I don't exactly super know how I'm gonna do that without kind of humiliating myself. I don't know what the proper way to word it, but social anxiety makes that kind of hard. There was even someone who, like, they said, oh yeah, when you debut, we need to collab one day. And I was like, hell yeah. And now I've debuted and I'm just like, okay, I need to ask them. I need to ask them if it's still okay for us to collab. I'm not obviously going to say who they are, but they're another VTuber. I don't want to put any like public stuff on them or anything like that. I will ask them. I will ask them, I promise. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah. That is what I'm going to do. But that surprise stream is not going to be a collab. There is a collab that is going to happen probably a little bit later. Not later today, obviously, but you know, a little bit of after my current schedule ends. But yeah, I will definitely reach out to more people and try and get more collabs going because I want to do that. Oh god, my ranking has gone super like uncollaborated. But yeah. I'm gonna finish the stream up here then. Thank you for coming out and watching, everyone. This is pretty fun. I like getting to just sit down and talk a lot because I don't actually get to do that a lot with gaming streams. And I hope this kind of thing, I know like it might not be what everyone's into when they watch my content or whatever, but to those of you who did come out and show up today, I appreciate it. And the rest of the week will be gaming streams. I think it's on Wednesday. It might change though. Most likely though it will be Wednesday, but it depends on how I can manage my stress and everything like that. And how I can manage, you know, other stuff I have going on in the background of my life. Especially these days, because there is something I've kind of done that I've kind of, you know, applied for that I'm hoping I get some word back on. That would be interesting and it would be very beneficial for my goals and stuff in life. I'm hoping that that goes well for me. And a big part of what happens these days is just like hoping that that kind of circles back around and it gets the results I want. But yeah, I can't really say much more than that. But excited. I'm very excited about that. It's nothing voice actor related, but so yeah, more collabs to come. And on Wednesday, I will be playing Disgaea 7's demo. I will actually be playing another demo of a certain huge game that everyone's talking about right now. It's probably going to be one of like the first times I've played a game that's kind of like super big. I mean, obviously I played Honkai Star Rail, but I mean, that's very much a game that is very close and near dear to my heart. But this one is like a totally new game that I never hear people shutting up about. That's going to go ahead next week. That's probably, I'm scared that it might attract in a lot of people. And that might be a bit overwhelming. I'll make sure to have mods around for that stream. But yeah, I'm excited. So, yeah, I'll see you guys again on Wednesday for another stream of Disgaea 7's demo. I'm probably, when it comes out, I'm probably going to be streaming the actual Disgaea 7 complete, because there's no point in, let's be honest, there's no point in buying like the first version of the Disgaea game unless you're really, really desperate to have that story, because otherwise you'll have to pay for all the DLC, and it's like, who wants to do that? Be like me and wait for the full re-release to come out a year later. It's worth the wait. So yeah. You can support me on Ko-fi using the link in the description. There's also the link to the Discord for all of those who are not in the Discord yet. It's a pretty chill place. I like to hop in there and say some things sometimes. Again, I am pretty busy these days. You're kidding me. Oh my god, my mask just fell down in the middle of fucking recording the stream, where I was talking about my Kitsune no mask. So that photo that you guys saw of it was one of the last photos of it before it fell down. R.I.P. We loved you, Kitsune no mask. But yeah, again, my Ko-fi is in the description. You can commission me for some on commercial voice stuff there. If you want to do anything as far as commercial projects go, reach out in more appropriate channels. Or you can just donate to me on Coffee. That is also super appreciated, and it goes a long way to helping like me finance my future, and also just supporting my content and stuff like that. Wait, did it break? No, the mast didn't break. There was just like a hook that it was hanging up with. Hang on, let me pull the image up again. Oh no, that's the wrong source. Why is it not pulling itself up? Hang on. It's stuck. I don't know. It's stuck. It's not coming up. God damn it. Hang on, I'll just pull up a new image source. Give me 1 second. OBS, why do you do this to me? Okay. So you might see there is a little hook that holds it up. That hook apparently has broken and fallen to the ground because it's held up using one of those like little gluey like panel things. And apparently the motherfucker couldn't hold up a stupid fucking mask for like 2 months without falling. I picked the mask up. It's here now. It's totally cool. It's fine. I'm wearing it right now. It's totally cool. Oh, it kind of smells inside there, but it's cool. Oh, stupid fucking hook thing. Whatever. Anyway. I'll stick that up, I guess, right now, and I'll end the stream here. Okay, thank you for showing up, everyone. Again, links to my Coffee in the description, links to the Discord in the description, and stay tuned this week because I have some fan dubbing related content coming out on the channel related to a game that I hold very near and dear to my heart. So please look forward to that. There is also a bunch of other games coming up. The schedule is in the communities tab on my channel on YouTube. And also on the Discord in the law announcements channels. So please be sure to check them out and to see what is coming up this week. And also the waiting room for the Disguise 7 stream will be up before the day is out. So yeah, thank you everyone. Please leave your lights on tonight and I will see you in the next stream. Thank you all and good night.